And it should be live. Welcome, everyone, to building the Lego 1989 Batmobile Part 4. It's kind of an unexpected stream. I was uploading a Brick Tech video for you guys to watch, and it turns out that I was uploading it to Greg's World, and it was about halfway done. So I was like, frig it. I've got some time here. Let's cancel that upload. The video will be coming out today, by the way. And I was like, let's just go over and get like a bag or two done of the Batmobile. And we'll see how it goes. I think Craggle Pants is going to be joining me here shortly. Welcome, everyone. Everyone's saying hi. Welcome. Thank you for stopping in. I'm going to try to knock 2 bags out of this. We're at the halfway point, my friends. Wait, how many bags were there? I can't remember now. 24? Maybe we're more than halfway through. I'm on bag 14. I don't know. Do the math on it. I can't remember what this started with. It's all blur now. I'm building 4 of these things. We're actually, let me try to show this to you guys the best that I can here without like breaking anything on it. Here's what it looks like so far. And I apologize for the quality. I'm using StreamYard just in case anyone does want to join. And the quality, it takes my decent quality and makes it look like shat. So that's why it looks the way it does. We could do better if we're using OBS, but then I can't have people join me. So there it is. There's the Batmobile. It's kind of coming together. You can see the shape a little bit. You can see the wheel wells. I think it's just once this thing gets plated up, it's going to look fantastic. But for now, we're grinding out on the inside, and I'm excited about one day eventually having this thing on display. It's going to be amazing. Will that day ever come? I'd like to think so. We're getting there. It's just time consuming, but I enjoy this build. I've streamed every part of this. Hey, Brickenit's in. Would you like to join, sir? I could send you an invite if you're interested. This is one that it's actually pretty hard to multitask on. You know, it's one thing when you're like putting 2 pieces on a set or whatever, and then when you're trying to, that's not even the piece I'm looking for, when you're trying to chat and pay attention to things while also building this, that's where I struggle. I'm not good at multitasking. I should probably just listen to a podcast or whatever when I build this, but I feel like there's people out there that enjoy watching the process. Roxy's like, oh, I suppose. Where's my piece that I need? Oh, he's driving. Okay. No worries, man. I'll hold it down here. I kind of prefer the streams personally, like if it's just a solo thing. I kind of prefer just chatting. But maybe I can do both things. Wish me luck. If we get 1 bag done here, I'll feel like I'm in good shape. Luggage Legend said 1989 Batman is my favorite movie. You know, I'm partial to Batman Returns. I don't know how the fan base feels about Batman Returns, but I'm a huge fan of that one. How was my day so far? Asked Nightcarm. Today was good. I went outside today to find that like something crashed through our fence that we have outside. It's just like, it's not a fancy fence or anything, but something went through it last night. I'm assuming like a deer or some type of animal. So I fixed that this morning. Clark and I did a Mario video for you guys, which will be coming out here whenever we're done with this. We're going to be streaming for about an hour or so. I've got an hour before we order dinner or have dinner. So Mrs. Brickteck's going to be shutting this one down when it actually comes. She's going to order it out. She's still home. She's feeling a lot better now. She had a sinus infection, if you guys didn't know. And as such, she's been on quarantine just in case. She's got the chima, and she's feeling much better. Clarkman had the sniffles too. He's doing better. I somehow escaped it all, so I'm feeling all right. We're in good shape. I feel like my vlogs this week haven't been very good, though. The ones I'm actually recording that you'll see next week, but I think we'll be okay. Oh, thanks, Chris. I appreciate the compliment there. Labo Kona says, are you planning on getting more sets? If so, which ones? Yeah, tomorrow morning I'm actually going to be ordering some sets. Thank you for asking. I'm going to be ordering some Ninjago sets for our one Patreon detector. He's at the $100 tier, and I've actually have 2 months of sets to get for him because we got a little behind on the Hidden Side Train. So he's a Ninjago fan, although he likes a lot of other stuff too. But he has like 3 Ninjago sets he wants to snag. So Clark's going to have a lot of Ninjago to build, which is pretty cool. I might make another order tomorrow. I'm contemplating the haunted house, but I just don't know when I'm going to build it, to be honest. We'll see. It's such a big set, and I have this to build still, and I want to have that done as like a Halloween thing, and I just don't see it working out in terms of timing. So I might just order those sets and get that promo that I really want to get. I have to spend $100. Martin wants to know, did I hear Minecraft Steve is in Smash Brothers? I heard that. Yes. I saw that he came out yesterday. So Clark and I are going to be downloading that. Why don't I do a gaming stream where Clark and I play Smash Brothers as Steve? We're not good at the game by any means. I typically play as Kirby. That was like the character they start you out with, and I was really excelling with Kirby. But I would love to play Minecraft in Smash Brothers. So if you guys didn't know, you can. I think you can pay. Is it $6 just to get the Minecraft characters, or you can get like a battle pass or whatever for $30 for the if you're like super hardcore, I think is what it costs. But Clark is kind of pumped on that, and I think it'd be fun for us to play that. So we'll do that on the gaming channel. If you guys aren't subscribed to my gaming channel, it's Gamer Attack. It's down below. Speaking of, I got nothing. Craggle's here.
Speaking of down below.
Speaking of rotten smells infiltrating the studio here, because Roxy's right behind me and she just dropped the stinkiest fart you could ever smell. Craggle's here.
Oh,
that's there you have it.
If you knew the effort I've gone to get on this stream in the last 5 minutes, and then you insult me when I come on.
I didn't mean it. What happened? What was the struggle?
I was all ready to go, and I realized that where my mic was plugged in wasn't the best place on my laptop. So I took it out and put it on the other side, and then for some reason, StreamYard had a meltdown and decided that it wasn't going to allow me to like click on any mic. So I could have joined your stream, but I'd have no camera and no audio. So I would just be a floating entity.
Yeah, that kind of sucks. It could have been worse, I guess. It couldn't have worked at all, I guess. You figured it out, though. I guess, you know what would have been way worse than that is if you wouldn't have realized that your mic's under your desk and then you would have talked into it for like the next 6 streams. And then...
6 streams? It was like 6 months, wasn't it?
Oh, God. Bricked a lot.
Yeah.
So I'm on bag 14 right now, Craggle. Ooh. And we're working our way through this. We're see if we can pull this off. I forget how many bags are in this now. Was it 24 or 21?
21 sounds familiar.
Maybe I'm further ahead than what I thought then. I was thinking I was like at the halfway point, but I might be further than that.
The thing is, it's hard to tell because some bags will have more bags than others, if that makes sense. Like,
yeah.
Like, you think, oh, I'm on bag 14 out of 21, that's over halfway. But then the next 7 bags will all have double the amount of the previous 14, you know?
Sugar Shack. I'm realizing that having a black table with this particular set isn't the best setup. You can't even see what pieces I have here. Just consider this an audio thing, I guess, for most people. Plus my quality, this sucks.
I don't know. It looks all right to me.
Yeah, I have a way to make it better. But I'm not going to have the cable that I need until Sunday. We're going to try something else.
I thought you were going to kick me out or something then.
No.
I have a way to make it better. Let's cut Craggle.
No. Oh, cut the Craggle. There you have it.
Yeah, see what I did there?
I see it. It's not false advertising.
I was thinking about doing a build myself, the small little Halloween harvest thing, but...
Oh, thank you for saying that. They were just asking me what I'm going to order, my next sets I'm going to order. I need to get those Halloween sets in.
Yeah.
So that'll be tomorrow as well.
I don't know. My my little tripod that I use to put my phone on my desk when I'm doing live streams and stuff, the one leg broke off, and now it's not a tripod, it's a dual pod.
Oh no.
It doesn't stand up as much. I've ordered another one now off Amazon.
Yeah, it doesn't work out so well sometimes.
Yeah, this one's a bit more expensive. The last one was only like £14. This one was about 20, but it had an offer off. So you had £5 off, and then it was £3 for 2 years insurance on there. So I was like, well, I might as well just get that.
That's pretty cool. So
yeah, I was happy with this one, but I bought it in May, so I've only really gotten maybe 4.5 months use out of it, and it snaps.
That's not very good.
But I tried like doing the whole you get like 12 months warranty guarantee on there. And they had you having to go onto this website and that website. You can't do it through Amazon. You have to go to the manufacturer.
Mm-hmm.
And it just seemed like a mess. And I noticed in the small print, it was like, if used under heat, aka studio lighting, the aluminium will snap. And I was like, okay, well, I do use lights. I wouldn't say studio lighting, but...
What are you, streaming from the depths of hell or what, dude? Like,
yeah. No,
crazy. Speaking of, give me a good segue here.
Speaking of the depths of hell.
Speaking of the depths of hell, Shy Time is My Time is here.
Yo.
Hashtag about time.
I was waiting for a good segue, but I realized it wasn't going to come. So
It's all good.
waiting
Tried
for me to
coming
check
like right
that
away.
out.
Like I actually passed out and I was taking a nap, and then I realized you guys were up.
yeah,
Streaming.
how'd you get another day off in the same week, Shy?
I actually begged for it.
Well, like, how did he get another day off in the same year?
Yeah, right.
Same
No,
here.
well, I noticed on the schedule. I'm like, hey, all the routes are covered. Do you really need me tomorrow? Because if not, can I just have another day off? And
I like that.
Yeah.
Cool. I feel like
So-
you put in your time though, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, dude. Every day since the elections have been 12-hour days.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
You gotta give me all my mailings that are like Joe Biden every single day in my mailbox. I just
Yeah, sorry.
What is going
We
up
have to
with your
deliver them. We
visual,
can't
by the
toss
way?
them for you.
do people really are there a decision made by getting mailers weeks and weeks in a row like that? Like, is that a thing?
Yeah, it is actually. It's
Okay.
you'd be surprised.
It's
What is
crazy.
going on, by the way, with Shy's video? It looks like he's got some sort of like paint daubs filter on it or something.
I have no idea.
Looks
That's
okay to me.
really weird.
It doesn't look any better or worse than mine does, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, mine looks like
It looks like he's gone a bit crazy in Photoshop or something.
I have no idea.
it looks okay to me.
Yeah, I'm just using my like.
But you're just like
Logitech.
Rogue now. When Bristol was going, is this making my mic sound better? And Rogue's like, yeah, a lot better. And he obviously was doing.
I mean, is it
nothing.
bad? Do I need to change
No.
it?
No, I just have gotten so conditioned to StreamYard not looking great that it just is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
It looks fine though. I can see everything you have there. I
It's
can read
alright.
that it says USS Johnson DD 557. It looks like 19. Is it
It
196?
doesn't look like
Yeah,
that
196,
you're
yeah.
filming with potato. It looks like you're filming with some French fries, so that's okay.
That actually sounds pretty tasty.
I was editing my next vlog today, and there's a clip on there where I'm having McDonald's breakfast, and it made me want to get a McDonald's breakfast. The problem was it was 3 in the afternoon, so yeah,
Kind of hard to do, huh?
yeah. That's pretty much the only food I like from McDonald's is their breakfasts.
Really?
Yeah.
I love their cheeseburgers.
Yeah, I like
I like-
everything they have there. Honestly, their chicken nuggets though get me.
I like the cheeseburgers, although they are not quarter pounders. I don't care what they said. They're like a fraction of a pounder. But I always find that after I have McDonald's meal, I hate myself a little bit.
Yeah, I've been there. It's like one of those
Like,
things.
what I've done.
I've been like that with Subway, where it's like you think about it and you're like, oh man, I could really eat this thing or whatever. And then you go and you get it and you're all excited. Then you eat it and you're like, oh, that wasn't nearly as good as I thought. Remember this next time. And then next time's like, yeah, I could really go for some McDonald's,
Yeah.
and it's the repeating cycle that keeps going over and over.
You just
again.
kind of regret that you wasted those calories on something that wasn't that good. But then saying with the McDonald's breakfast, I don't feel that way. I eat the McDonald's breakfast and go, oh yeah, that was good. I enjoyed that.
Mhm.
I don't know. Maybe it's different. Maybe they're better in the UK than they are in America.
I think all their stuff's pretty good. Obviously, they know what they're doing, but
I don't think good is a term that we can use for McDonald's.
not good for you, but good tasting. I think tasty.
I mean, I've had McDonald's in London. It tastes almost exactly the same.
Yeah, I would say the normal meals do. I just wonder if the breakfasts are different. I mean, for one, I know they have back bacon in the egg, sausage, bacon McMuffin, whereas in America, back bacon doesn't exist. Is also
Yeah, no. I only had like the cheeseburger meal that you guys have over there. It's the same.
Oh yeah, that's the same.
Yeah.
There you go. You can go to the Antarctic and that's be the same there.
Yeah, I was like, oh look,
Probably
it's
the
exactly
same
the
cow as well.
same. Yeah.
Although, but tell you what, I went to Spain once, and in McDonald's there, they have like little yogurts or fromage frais with the Happy Meals. It's weird.
Oh my god. Any fast food restaurant, any American franchise fast food restaurant in Spain is 10 times better.
Really?
Well, yeah, I don't know if it's just the ingredients that they use, because we had Taco Bell there in Spain, well, like in 3 different cities in Spain, and not only did they have happy hour for kids under the age of 18, yeah, it was really cheap. It was like 4 beers and like a like some sort of nacho meal, like nacho dish for like €5. But like just whatever they're using in their meals was so good. Like I've never had Taco Bell taste so delicious until I went to Spain. I don't know if it's like the vegetables that they're using doesn't really taste as processed, but even the McDonald's in Spain was like 10 times better than it was here, which I was fairly surprised.
That's
I'm
quite the
just like-
testimonial for McDonald's
Yeah, I know. I was just like, whoa.
and Taco Bell.
Well, my wife was actually pissed that we were going into a McDonald's or a Taco Bell in Spain, but like I was like, we just have to try it. We never
Right.
know. And then we like went in and we're like, we're having a beer in a Taco Bell, and it's only 11 o'clock in the morning.
I always say I prefer Burger King to McDonald's, because I just think Burger King, again, you eat it and you think, that was a nice treat, as opposed to afterwards, like, why did I do this to myself with McDonald's?
Yeah,
But when we went to Italy, there were 2 days where we didn't go to like a local restaurant where it was just convenience where we were to just get fast food. And we went to Burger King first of all, and oh my God, Italian Burger King is awful. It tasted so bad.
Italian, like from Italy.
Yeah. Like we were literally in Pompeii when we had the Burger King there, and it was terrible. But McDonald's was gorgeous. The only problem was they were doing the offer where you have like the free colored Coca-Cola glasses, and they gave us like 4 of them. And we were on holiday or vacation, as you call it in America.
Mhm.
So it's like, what are we supposed to do with these glasses?
You got to take them with you.
We left them in the hotel room for the next person to have, but. Yeah, the small space they would take up in the suitcase, and then if they broke, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I have a piece too far over on this. It's gonna be bad.
Oh no!
I did something wrong here. I think this shouldn't work out the way that it's working out here. I think I have to slide that over.
How far back is the mistake?
It's under some things, so I have to wedge it out of here without.
I'm sitting down.
We'll see if we can do it.
Are you sure?
I think to make you.
Can I get this piece out? There we go. I think I got it. Maybe. Everything's falling apart now.
Chris from Bricken, it says McDonald's in Switzerland came out on the China plate. Because that sounds like an old, I think it's now extinct fast food chain in the UK called Wimpy.
What's it called?
It used to be called Wimpy. I don't think there's any left now, but you used to go in there and it was just like McDonald's. Even had like a red and white type color scheme. But you order your burger and your fries and everything, and it would come out on plates with a knife and fork. So strange.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah, it's just a UK thing.
I gotta wedge this under here. I can do this.
If you've ever seen the film with Gary Oldman, Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, they actually go into Wimpy to have a meeting, the 2 spies, at one point.
Interesting. Oh, I think I just averted a crisis here, Craggle.
You're getting some good headway on that.
Yeah, I mean, it's going okay. I saw Bricktalot posting on Instagram like his progress on the Falcon, and I'm like, holy moly, that guy he's gonna have that thing done faster than you did, Shy.
Yeah, I know. I had what was it? It took me 4 days.
It was fast. I remember I was working on Apocalypseburg, and you had that done way before I was done.
I'm assuming that like Shy wasn't working then when he did that.
Yeah, I know. I didn't have a job.
Speaking of not having a job, Ryan's here. Welcome.
To answer your text in person, I think the reason they couldn't have the same camera is because the regular 12 Pro is too small or something.
We were having some iPhone discussions. What the plan's going to be.
Kind of new iPhone's not going to have a charger or headphones.
No,
Use its carbon footprint.
supposedly.
I don't need a charger. I certainly don't need headphones, so I'm mostly okay with that.
There's speculation that next year there won't even be a
phone.
there won't be any kind of port in the bottom of the phone at all. It's just gonna be that MagSafe charger on the back, and that's literally gonna be it.
I thought you were going to say it'd be like no phone. It's just the idea.
I've seen the memes and the jokes about that, where there's just nothing.
Yeah.
And then I saw they introduced the Apple Car, and they just show a car without any wheels on it. I think the whole not including that stuff is fine. Like, people probably do have that stuff, but the issue is the cable that they're including is USB-C on both ends, and not many people have a USB-C little brick or whatever. Usually they're regular USB or whatever, USB-A or whatever they call it.
I heard that the next iPhone won't even be able to receive or make calls because no one does that anymore. They always use Messenger.
You think it's just going to be a camera? That's essentially what.
It's going to be a camera with Messenger, basically.
That's what's tempting me.
It's going to be like a PDA, basically. Do you remember PDAs?
Yeah, that was the iPhone before the iPhone, basically.
Yeah.
Like a Palm Pilot or whatever.
The Builder's Brick says, "Yo, this live." No,
No,
you're watching a recorded show.
this is pre-recorded actually.
I'm not actually talking to you right now. I'm not answering your question. I'm predicting. I predicted what you were going to ask, and I answered it ready, so that when you came on, it would seem like this was live.
His mind is blown. Hey, we got some wheel wells in the Batmobile back here. That's pretty sweet.
Hey.
Where's BFAB? I thought he was off today.
I don't know. I haven't heard
No,
from
he
him at
worked
all today.
today.
Oh yeah, he does.
Remember last night we had the whole.
Oh yeah, that's right. He disappeared.
What's that?
Oh, I was streaming last night. BFAB was on for like a second, then he disappeared.
Oh.
Oh yeah, I
he
saw you did a
shitting
stream at
people
like
on
midnight.
Netflix again.
Yeah, like really late for you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was it, like 3 a.m. for me or something?
It's 3 a.m. for you, and no, it was like 3 a.m. for Greg, right?
Oh,
No,
yeah.
it was like midnight. I thought I was already in bed though, so I saw it the next morning. I was like, this is what Craggle feels like, I suppose.
Yeah, I have to stream when I put the kids to sleep.
How long did you stream for?
Just 2 hours.
Okay.
Just 2 hours.
Was
What
that
are you up to today,
or
Ryan?
Your actual nightly sleep.
A whole lot of nothing. Went to the gym, and now I feel accomplished for the day, which is not good because there's a lot of day left.
Hey, Kohl's is selling 5 first battle packs right now online.
Again?
Yep.
I saw Best Buy is as well.
Oh boy.
Ryan's getting his credit card out.
I need to get a real credit card, yes. I do need that.
Oh, don't you have the Apple card?
Nope, they will not approve me because I don't have enough credit history.
Oh. Well, that's some ridiculousness.
Yeah,
Yeah, sometimes you have to have credit history to get credit history. Work
Yeah,
that
right.
way.
It's like to get a job, you have to have job experience.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, your bank can't give you like a really crappy APR rate.
I do need to get one from my bank. They have like the secured, you can't screw it up type of cards too that I could get. I just need to do it.
I don't know what it's like in the States, but over the UK, the best thing to do to try and get like some credit history under your belt when you're young is just to get like a really crappy credit card from your bank, and then just like even if you just buy one thing, like fill your card up for fuel, and then pay it off right away, and then over time that will look like obviously you're using your credit and you're paying it back regularly without fail.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that will
and
give
all
you,
of a
like,
sudden
give
you'll
you
end
a
up getting
foundation.
you'll get a ton of mailings and things from different credit card companies, and
Yeah,
you'll be in
balance
business.
transfers. Do you want a loan? Do you want a mortgage? Do you want this? Do you want that?
Right.
Finance.
Give us your money.
Yeah, and you'll get more like when you're about to pay it off too.
Yeah, that's always the case. They're like, oh, you're
Always,
about to-
I'm like every time I'm about to pay off a vehicle, it's just like, hey, you're about to pay off blah 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 blah. How
Right.
about refinancing or this? I'm like, no.
Yeah. Don't tempt me.
It's like you're about to regain your soul. Send it back to us, and we'll give you a good APR.
Like right now, it's just like so much for because of the pandemic or the refinancing for like mortgages. It's just nonstop right now.
What does that mean to refinance something? What are you getting out of that?
Typically, you try to go for a lower interest rate. So, like on a mortgage, if you talk about 1%, if they could drop by 1%, that's hundreds of dollars per month for most people.
All right. So let's say you have 10 years left on your mortgage at 3% interest rate.
Mhm.
What is in it for the bank to give you a lower interest rate? How do they do that? Because why would they give you less? When
They
you're
get fees for every time they do a mortgage. They collect fees and things like that. And I think it's for them. They just want to keep you as a customer. But I get what you're saying. Like if you have somebody at 5% and they could go to 3%, why would you want to do that? That's a good question, because you think you would just turn them down. I guess you'd be afraid maybe they're going to go somewhere else and do the same thing.
Yeah, that's the thing, because you can always go to a different company and they buy up the debt, and then you have a better percentage with them. So
Yeah.
it's better if you're looking at changing and remortgaging that they try and keep you in house to do it.
Yeah.
There's also a lot of people when they remortgage it like with include like extra value. So like say they've got 10 grand left to pay on their mortgage. These are just made up numbers. And they remortgage it at 20 grand to have like 10 grand spare so they can like do home improvements or something like that. So they're increasing the amount of debt, lowering the percentage.
So you're pulling your equity.
Yeah. Basically, yeah.
Or you could do the mistake a lot of people do, which is refinance your house, try for the lower payment, take that extra money and get out on it, pay off your credit cards, which helps. But then a lot of people, they'll just go and spend money on those credit cards again and end up right back in the same boat they were in, maybe even worse.
Pretty much. Yep.
I used to work in finance with loans.
Oh, you're one of those people, Greg. That's right.
I would be so frustrated when I would help someone out and I would pay off like all their credit cards with a loan, which makes a lot of sense to do because credit card interest rates are very high.
Right.
And they would come back maybe 6 months later and want more money. It's like, okay, cool. You've been good with us. And I look at their credit history and all of the stuff that I paid off for them is all right back where it was. Because like we don't make people cut their credit cards up and stuff. But if you don't have the discipline, it's very easy to go right back into that mess you're in. And now not only do you have all those credit cards, but now you have a loan on top of that. And now you're borrowing more money. And it's these people, they get themselves into a mess that they just never get out of.
Wow. Oh, Cy O'Connor's in the chat. He's just said he's got conjunctivitis.
That was it. He's got
Oh,
pink eye.
stay away from us now. I don't know what you've done to get that infection in your eye, but nasty.
Very contagious from what I understand.
Yeah.
Poor Cy. It sounded pretty bad though the other day when he was on. He sounded about how painful it was. And
I know, and like a trooper, you were staying with us as well. I felt so bad. Like he's like, "Oh, I'll stay on if you're wrapping up in 5 minutes," and then we carried on for another 40 minutes.
I'd invite him right now, but I feel like he would just say yes just because we're inviting him. But Cy, if
Yeah.
you want to come on, you're welcome to. So.
Hello.
Hey, Clarkin.
Hello, it's you, a Clark man.
Craggle.
Hello, Craggle.
How you doing, Clark man?
He was watching. I thought he was going to go down to sleep because he was watching a show with like the blanket on him and stuff. And I was like, "Yep, he's going down." But he somehow got
Did
out
you
of it.
mention it to him though? Did you say something like, "Oh, you look like you're gonna go for a kip there"? Because as soon as you say that, then like the reflex action kicks in. The kid's like, "I'm not going for a nap."
No, I could just tell he was just laying there. And you know how it is when you're watching TV and you're all snuggled in and stuff, and it just feels so good just to go to sleep. That's kind of where he was at.
That's how I've been pretty much all day. I've been fighting a headache. I've been trying to be productive and get some YouTube stuff done, but I found I've done a lot of stuff, but nothing's been completed. Do you ever have those days where like
Yeah,
you work on a lot of stuff, but you don't really see the finished product yet?
yeah. Just know that you're making progress. Were you off today entirely?
Yeah, I was off today.
That's
I
cool.
really feel like I should have done more, but I just got. Sometimes you've got to just be a bit kinder to yourself and admit that you're not going to get everything done.
I feel super guilty anytime I just have a day where I'm like not going to do anything. I'm like,
Same.
what am I doing?
The missus was shouting well, not shouting at me, but she was like, going, "You've got a really bad headache today, and you've still done this, this, and this, and you're still not satisfied." I'm like, "Yeah, because I got nothing to show for it."
Right.
Because it's not complete. There's all stuff that I've kind of progressed along, but nothing I've finished. I think that is what frustrates me more, is where I can't see like the work I've done.
Mhm.
I feel like I've got nothing to show for it, but there you go.
Yeah,
It's
I
all
get it.
about finding balance. I know this really good podcast actually about talking about finding balance. It's called Missing Pieces. You might have heard of it.
Oh, it's a sore subject. It's I think it's like the quest that I'll never really accomplish.
Yeah.
If it honestly though, if it wasn't for having a family, I would be like, it'd be bad. I'd probably be doing like 4 or 5 YouTube videos a day, live streaming 6 hours a day, having my gaming channel. Like it'd be outrageous. So
I bet you'd still be striving for more as well.
probably.
Like it wouldn't be enough.
It's just easy to get obsessed with the things that you really love to do and then take it too far.
Yeah, I feel that. Barbara McDonald says, "What is a nap?"
Nap is like it's like a short period of sleep, and typically in like the afternoon. You take like a nap or a siesta, if you will.
Yeah. Or otherwise in the UK we call it a kip. Go for a kip. And I probably should have saved that one for Bricks and Brits.
That's a kip. I'm gonna write
Yeah.
that down in case you try to use it. A kip.
I did actually drop one in one of the videos today. I put in the pork pie one. And I thought Greg should know that now.
It almost sounds you said a porg pie.
A pork pie.
See, I could have answered that one and said it's the thing that Chewbacca eats in The Last Jedi. A pork pie.
I think that's the first time I've seen Ryan in light coloured bottoms. Doesn't he normally just wear black?
I don't know.
Yeah, I got a lot of dark colors for the bottom, but yeah. I have a few white shorts. Clearly.
The problem with white shorts is they show the brown.
Oh God.
You're talking from personal experience.
No, I just wanted to get the reaction out of people. I like saying shocking things sometimes.
Obviously.
I mean, you guys know me now for about 6 months or so. No, 7 months even. So
I heard this story. I don't know. This probably isn't even true, but it was like a story of this girl. I think it was on Reddit maybe. And it was her first day of junior high or whatever, or going to high school. And she got on the bus and she thought she was looking all good. She had white pants on and she rode on the bus. And then when she got up to get off the bus, her friend's like, your pants. And she looks and it turns out that she sat in a Hershey's Kiss that ended up melting. So she has white pants on and then the Hershey's Kiss melted. So you can probably imagine what that was like. And then to have to go to your first day of school like that.
yeah,
I would just be like,
change schools.
you have to, because
you thought that was going somewhere else then, but
you're going to get a nickname that's going to stick with you for all eternity after that first day.
yeah.
Something bad's going to happen. What do you do? Do you just like say, hey, I just can't. I can't go in there.
I would probably just go home.
But you just rode the bus and they like drop you off. I guess you call your parents maybe. Like,
I mean, if you've got a jacket on, what I would do is take the jacket off and wrap it on my waist.
yeah, that would work.
So
That sucks though.
yeah,
Whether it's a true story or not, who knows? Because people
it's
are.
probably happened to someone at some point, though, hasn't it? It's one of those things that's not really hard to, someone with white trousers has sat on something on the bus or whatever.
Yeah. I guess the question would be, how on the first day was there a Hershey's Kiss already on the seat? And I guess there's other kids on there already.
Yeah.
Maybe best not to speculate on these things, but
I mean, when we went to go see, I think it was, was it Star Wars: The Last Jedi? Probably, because that was a terrible experience in itself. But we went and saw it in 4DX in the UK, where they have like smells and like water and wind and smoke and stuff, right?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, we saw it as a double bill with The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi. And the missus went off to get like some popcorn whilst we were waiting because they hadn't even started like the adverts and trailers yet.
Mm-hmm.
And the seats they move as well, and they weren't working. So like the ushers come in and we're like, "Oh, can you all stand up? We're just going to test out the seats." So we all stood up, and the lights were on in the theater, and they geared them up, got the seats working, and as soon as they stopped, they sprayed out water. Now what happens is the water comes from the seat in front of you, and it's supposed to aim at your face. Because we were all stood up, we all literally everyone who stood there got sprayed in the crotch. We all looked like everyone in that cinema had pissed themselves. Of course, my missus wasn't there when this happened, so she came in and then sat down next to me, went to hand me like some popcorn, and basically saw this massive wet patch on my lap, and I had to explain to her then, and you could just see her looking at me going, "Is this for real?" Like,
Oh man.
luckily she'd been with me for a good few years. But can you imagine if that was like your first date with someone?
Very embarrassing.
You know,
It was the spray. It was the spray.
It was before the X, honestly. I can control my bladder.
Got a question from your fan Nightcarm, Craggle. What's my favorite Lego City set? Ooh, I don't know. Do you guys have a favorite Lego City set?
Lego
Like,
City.
like excluding monitors, right? Those don't count, right? Those are creator expert, right?
Yeah,
They're not City.
actual city.
I have none.
I'm
Yeah.
really struggling to think of
Really?
one.
You know why you can't think of one is because they're so similar that there's not one that in particular sticks out in your mind, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say the Burger Monster Truck, but then realized that's not City. That's Crater 3 and 1. So
Yeah, that's
Oh, is it
great.
3 and 1? I think it's Crater anyway. It's not City, is it?
It's creator 3 and 1. Creator.
Yeah.
It's creator theme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I do like the character of Duke Detain, and I got him in a recent set, but I can't remember what the set was. It was so generic, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll tell you what I'll go for at the moment, even though I don't actually own it, is the ice cream truck with the giant lollipop on top. That's
Oh
pretty
yeah,
cool.
that one's a good one.
I like
That one kind of came to my mind. I was thinking about that one, but I don't
Yeah.
own that one, so I was trying to think of things. I
You're
actually
right.
own.
It's hard to think of like an actual Lego C set because they're all so nondescript, aren't they? You know.
Yeah, for the most part. On a similar note, are we buying the Batwing? I think I've committed to buying the Batwing. How about you guys?
I'm gonna get it
Hell
eventually.
yeah!
I'm not gonna get it like round one, day one, but I'll get it eventually.
I am definitely getting the Batwing.
So are you getting the Batwing, Craigle? So you're considering it? You're thinking it over then, or?
I'm definitely getting the Batwing. I've even moved my Batmobile around a little bit, so I've got room for the Batwing, but I don't know whether I'm going to have it on the stand or like mounted on the wall.
I like that you've already prepared for it. That's cool.
Yeah, I want to have it on the wall, but I just know that I'm a bit nervous about having it up there. Like, how sturdy is it going to be?
We'll
Like,
see.
If I get into a row with the missus who slams the door hard, is it going to go flying and turn into the bat mess of bricks and bits or something? You know?
Yeah, don't put it on a wall right by a door, maybe. You just never know.
I do like the idea of having it on the wall with like some lights behind it, so like you have that backlight to create that almost like a bat signal. I don't know. Have you thought about how you're going to display it when you get it?
I'm going to put it on some type of wall, I think. I don't know where, but I think that it's kind of cool that you can put it up there.
Definitely.
But I need to save some space for the mosaic, too, because I want to get the Darth Maul mosaic.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
I didn't realize how big they were, like, until, like, I've seen them on Brickstar's video, but I guess because there was nothing for, like, types of scale in context. But then when Chris was building them and he had some behind him on the floor, I was like, wow, they are actually pretty sizable.
They are. How much is the Batwing going to be, out of curiosity?
Oh, have a look.
Does anyone know? 200?
Yeah.
It's not terrible. I mean, I guess if I had to choose between the Batmobile and the Batwing, I would obviously choose the Batmobile, but it's kind of a cool thing to have.
Yeah, so it's 180 in the UK. I feel like that should have been a little bit cheaper than that, but
we say that about a lot of sets, I suppose.
yeah.
That should be cheaper than that.
My biggest criticism of this entire set, though, is the fact it's the exact same Batman minifigure. Like, couldn't they have just done some variant, like some battle damage or something on him? Or given us a Bruce Wayne figure?
You would think.
And the fact that it seems unlikely that we're going to get a promo now, because I feel like that would have been leaked. We would have heard something by now if there was going to be a gift with purchase.
That's the thing that really entices me to buy oftentimes. Like tomorrow, I'm making an order simply because of that. I mean, the double VIP is nice, but to get that and a promo,
yeah,
it's amazing.
I mean, the one we had with the Batmobile was phenomenal. You basically had a second set for free.
Absolutely, that was amazing.
But this one, we're not getting anything, which is.
I think they probably should have did something different with Batmobile and sold that little one just as its own set. They could have made a pile of money on that.
Yeah, it was just so weird though that came out in the same year as the Pursuit of the Joker Batmobile set, which looked quite similar. Because I remember when it came out, everyone's like, "Oh, this is the closest we're going to get to an H9 Batmobile," and then we got two H9 Batmobiles. We got 3 Batmobiles in total in the space of a year.
Yeah.
It was weird. But if they, I wouldn't expect them to do another like a minifig scale Batwing. But if they'd done like a Bat computer or a Bat signal or just something to go with this, you know.
Oh, a Bat signal would be amazing.
Yeah.
I would love that. Cajun Yeti says, I think they have a promo. They just haven't announced it yet or told anyone. You know how secretive Lego is. Somehow people always bust their secrets, though, it seems.
Yeah. I feel like we would have heard something by now.
There's always that guy that gets the cell phone camera out or whatever and gets a picture of the palette or whatever.
Well, I remember the gift we purchased, the Batmobile, actually leaked before the official one, didn't it? Like, we saw the gift we purchased about 6 months before, like, the Batmobile was officially announced.
I don't know about 6 months, but yeah.
I swear it was about 6 months I saw on Eurobricks.
I can't say.
We got it in October last year, and I swear it was about April.
Things are not made 6 months in advance. There's no way it was 6 months.
Who's to say?
MC's heading out. Thanks for tuning in, MC. MC, he sends me postcards from all over the world. He's a world traveler. I just look at him and I'm like, oh, I want to be there. I forget where he went. The one he's like, oh, we couldn't go to this place for our honeymoon or our anniversary, so we had to go to this place instead. I'm like, your consolation prize is like nicer than anywhere I've ever been. So, it was pretty cool.
Aren't you guys planning to go somewhere outside the U.S. in the near future?
I don't know. I don't know what we're doing.
Yeah, they're
I'm
coming
not-
to my house. Oh wait, that's just Cody on our own.
We were gonna go to Disney this year, but that didn't happen because we probably could have pulled it
I'm
off.
pretty
had
sure
we
that's
gone
still
to-
in the US though, right?
Yeah, that's still in the U.S. But I was just thinking of places we were considering going.
My parents are going to Vegas next month.
Are they?
They were gonna go on a cruise. Like they were gonna do it too.
Mhm.
What, going to cruise to Vegas?
No, not to Vegas, but
I was
like
gonna say, how does that work out?
now they're
Raggle, there's a lot of rivers. They'll be okay.
like Mississippi.
I mean, right now is a good time to go to Vegas because it's kind of like half empty. Right, everything's open now.
Though someone like poor sap, like, oh, I'm gonna sell you a cruise to Vegas, and then like buy it, and then they realize then there's actually no waterway to get to Vegas.
I bet almost anybody could get comped at their casinos there. Like they're like, hey, we have a customer. Let's put you in the penthouse here.
I mean, the more money you lose, the better chances you're getting comped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the whole idea. I like the gambling situation, but I know I would get really addicted to it. And I don't like that it's set up against you, you know?
Yeah, you're not meant to win.
You're not I mean, the only way you win is if you play a short enough period of time that you just hit it and then you're done. But if you play long enough,
You know how hard it is to stay up.
yeah. I
Like
would
you-
rather just
Hey, well, Shy, enough about your love life, okay?
I would rather just go into the stock market and gamble there. At least you
That's
have a
what-
good chance
That's
of
what I'm gonna start
winning.
doing.
I actually
there's like you're paying when you're gambling in Vegas, like you're paying for the experience of what you're doing more so than the chances of you coming out big. You know what I mean?
yeah, I
I
get
mean,
it.
you've got to think
Like,
the
if you go with your
house-
friends, like you know, all like it's always best to go with your friends because if you're going by yourself, then you obviously have the intention of winning. But like if you go with your boys, I mean, it's free alcohol once you're gambling, so that's a good thing.
Sure.
So you're paying for drinks and you're paying for the experience. If you go like after dinner at night and you go to the craps table and you guys are all having fun, so that's pretty much what you're doing. You get money out of it, but like it's really you're paying for the experience. And if you lose enough, you'll
We
probably
used to go to a casino down Cardiff Bay with the college guys, and actually our lecturers used to get us in sometimes to this casino. And the way I used to look at it, it was like, how much am I willing to spend for like 3 or 4 hours, however long we were there, entertainment? So I'd say, okay, I'm willing to spend this amount, and then I wouldn't go over that. So if I lost all that, I would say, well, I've spent it on the entertainment I've had for this amount of time. If I get anything back or I come away with anything, that's just extra.
That'd be the
Exactly.
philosophy that I would go in with. Yeah, because
That
it's like
casino was actually
if you're
rigged.
going to go out to dinner and a movie or whatever, and you're going to spend $50, what's the difference if you take that into the casino and you piss it away on slot
Yeah.
machines or whatever?
well,
But the
that's the
thing
smart
is,
way when
this
you
casino
gamble.
used to also give you free breakfast if you stayed past 5 a.m. So we often used to go there after like we go out clubbing and stuff. Go there, play for a little bit, and then just literally make our last like fiver last us an hour, just so we got past 5 a.m. and then had the full breakfast.
There you go.
I mean, the best way to gamble is let's say you want to go to Vegas. You have like $300. You want to just you're okay with losing. So let's say you start going with you start betting whatever you're doing for $300, and you actually can come up like $500. You bring the $200 upstairs, and you can continue playing with your $300 that you're willing to lose if you so choose to keep playing. So ultimately, you came up $200 because you were already willing to lose $300 if you were to lose it, but you don't go max down after $300. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that's like
we
always the
gotta
best
call
way.
this stream Greg's gambling tips, right?
These are Shy's gambling tips. I was just thinking if I ever go gambling, I'm taking Shy with me. And we can-
You probably might lose it all. Like,
I am gambling slightly in the stock market right now. I learned about options, and I've been doing some options trading through Robinhood. And if my one stock doesn't drop by $4 in the next 14 minutes, I'm going to make $57, which was essentially just 2 days that I sat on it and
what
literally
what-
did nothing.
Wait, can you explain?
Okay, so I buy options in I basically bet that a stock is not going to go down. Like I have no intention of actually buying the stock, right? So let's keep it simple and say that a stock is currently sitting at $10.
Right.
And I'm going to say I don't believe that it's going to go down to $8 by this Friday. And if I believe that, I can put an options bid in on it where I'll say I'm willing to buy 100 shares. That's the minimum that you can do. 100 shares of that stock at $8 if it hits $8 by Friday. right? And in order and for me doing that, they pay me a premium. In this case, let's say it's $50, for example. That would be really high on a $10 stock. So Monday through Friday goes by and the stock doesn't go down to that point. I get my $50 premium and I walk away with just the $50. I didn't have to buy anything. If the stock for some reason does go down to that $8, I have to buy the stock. I'm committed to buying it at that $8, which is still a deal because you're getting it at that discounted rate that you're willing to buy it at anyway. And then you can go on the flip end of that after that, where I can say if the stock goes to $11, I'd be willing to sell it at 11. And then they give you a premium for that. And if it does go to 11, you end up having to sell it for that. So essentially you're almost like insuring someone else is what you're doing, which is why they call it a premium. So I'm basically saying, like, if that stock drops, because there's always someone else on the other end of the transaction, you know what I mean? Like there's someone that's going to say, it's not going to go to 8. And I might say it is going to go to 8 or vice versa. And then we just gamble on that.
That's like that's like if you're playing craps. That's exactly how craps works.
Okay, maybe I'm playing craps, but like there's no loss in this because the worst case scenario is that you end up having to buy the stock. But if I'm buying the stock at a discounted rate, it's totally fine.
Unless it goes down further.
Yeah,
if it goes down further, then that's where you lose, because if I try to pick something that I'm fairly positive it's not going to go down that far. And then Robinhood, they even give you percentages as to how likely it is that you're going to win on this. So if I did $8 and the stock ended up going down to 4 because there's some type of calamity or collapse or something, then I lose big time because now I bought a $4 stock at $8. But if you're doing this with reasonable stocks like Apple stock or whatever, it's fine. The only thing is the downside of it is you have to have that amount of money in your account in order to do it. So if you were doing this with a $10 stock, you have to be willing to buy 100 shares or be able to buy 100 shares. Therefore, you have to have $1,000 in your account to do it, because that's your collateral essentially. Like you're guaranteeing that you have that money to spend. But the cool thing is, whatever money that you get for a premium, that's yours instantly. You get that no matter what. And the further out you go, like you can do this for like this Friday, you can do it next Friday, you can do it for 6 months from now. The further out you go, because there's more questions as to what may happen in that length of time, the more money you get as that premium. If that makes sense, like I can say like, okay, in the next 11 minutes, the stock isn't going to drop by $4, but in the next 11 minutes and 30 days, is it going to drop by $4? Maybe, most likely at some point during that time. So they give you more as that risk.
Is it what it's at the end of it, or is it at any point in time?
It can be at any point during that time, from what I understand. So someone can essentially call that if say it's Wednesday at 1 p.m. and it goes down that $4, they can then take that and.
Okay, so it's not quite like a sports game where if you like have the
No, it's not like if you come back in the last quarter and win it or lose it. It's I believe it's any time and they can call it.
Okay.
So there is a little bit of risk there, but like the worst case scenario with the way that I do it, which is betting that it's going to go down or hoping that it doesn't go down in my case, because I don't want to actually own this stock. I just want the premium. The worst case scenario is I actually end up owning it, and then I go on the other side of it and say, well, if it goes up by $3, I'll sell it, and then they start giving me premiums for that. But then that same thing applies there. Whereas if I say that stock, I'd be willing to sell at 11 and it goes to 20, I just got ripped off big time,
So how about those Lego City Summer 2020 sets?
I know this is boring as all heck for most people, but I find it fascinating, and I watched some YouTube videos on it. And like I said, in the last 2 days, I made $57, or I'm 9 minutes away from making $57 for literally doing nothing. Other than I
made $57. What I did is I used that Reface app to put Ryan's face on some bikini pictures of Emma Watson and created an OnlyFans.
Oh God!
If you like the link, just DM me.
I will say this though, like as far as this whole thing goes,
Ryan's face there is so not impressed.
I would say that an easier way to generate money is making YouTube videos, though, honestly, because you don't have to have any collateral up for that. Yeah. If you want to make, depending on how popular a channel is, if you want to make $1, go make a YouTube video that gets 1,000 people to watch or whatever,
Yeah. Totally.
I don't know.
Sorry, Ryan. I didn't really create an OnlyFans.
I've been trying to set up my Robinhood. I have to send them like my ID or something and all that garbage.
What you should do is find a stock that's like $5 or something like that, because then you're only playing with like $500 in this. Like GoPro, I was looking at that. I wish I would have done this because GoPro was like $4 or $5. It's now $6 something. And if I would have bet against them, I would only put $500 in, and I would have made some bank off that.
Imagine doing this for like Zoom or anything like that before the pandemic.
Yeah, but that's the thing; you never really know.
Yeah. Or any Yeah, any like
I'll tell you, if you want to
webcam.
go crazy though, you get into stocks that are very volatile, like Tesla, for example. For what I had in collateral in this, I probably could have made a couple $100 going into Tesla, but their stocks like
yeah,
all
the
over
blue
the place.
chip stocks. Yeah. Oh no, Tesla's not. Is Tesla a blue chip stock? I have no idea.
Almost.
Yeah.
It came close. But that stock, like that was $100 12 months ago, and it's now $430 or something.
I
So
just look at it on the
uh,
what blue chip is what?
they're like the big boys.
Yeah, like the stocks that you know you're gonna make money on, like Apple or Disney.
Let me look up Tesla out of curiosity. If we were to play my game that we're doing, do you want to play a game? I'm now 8 minutes away from doing this, and it needs to go down by it's $3.95 right now.
It needs to stay away from what?
I can't have it drop by $4 in the next 7 minutes. I think we're okay.
What company is it? Because everyone go and sell your shares, and the stock will drop.
Yeah.
Greg will lose
Okay.
out.
let me go in here. I'll go into Tesla. Let me see if I can show this. I don't know how well this is going to show up. So this is where you start out in the Robinhood app, and let's look at Tesla first of all. This is Greg's investing tips. I'm not a professional in this by any means, but Tesla's at $461. It's up $14 today, which is insane. Last time I looked at it, it was at $430. So if you go into trade here, and I want to trade options, here's what I say. I want to go to October 16th, which is this Friday, right? And I want to say that I'm going to sell a put, which is what I've been doing, which means that I think it's going to go down. So if I'm willing to sell this put at, let's say, $450, right? So it'd have to drop by $10 by Friday.
Right.
They would give me $3.25 per share, and I have to buy 100 of them. So I would make $325 just by putting that bet in. But the thing is, as we saw, that fluctuated by $12 today. So that could potentially go down to $3.45 or maybe even lower. You never know. And my $3.25 could get eaten up pretty quickly. So for it to break even, I would need it could go to $446.75, which is what the $325 difference there is. But if it went below that, then I start losing money. But it literally if I had, this would take $45,000 to do it.
Right.
I can make $325 on my 45K in literally the next 48 hours just by betting on that. And if you feel like Tesla is worth that at $450, there's no loss here because you'd be willing to buy it at that. Why not? You know?
Sure.
Yeah.
But and say it goes up to 470, you just made win. But then if I show you the other side of it, so if we go to October 16th, and then if you're on the other side of it where you actually own the 100 shares, you can do is sell a call. And let's say I wanted to go to let's say 470. If I wanted it to go to 470, I'd be willing to sell it. They would give me $478 for putting that call in. And you can see the chance of profit there is 74% because it's such a volatile stock. But as you go up here, that's going to start going up. So if I did $500, I would only get $91 for that.
Right.
But my chance of profit is 93%. So if you had 50 grand on deck, you could say, well, I'd be willing to sell it for $50,000 and you'd make 91 bucks just like that. But if we go out to say, let's go to October 30th and do that same thing at 470, you would get $3,000 for doing that.
Yeah.
Because the stock fluctuates so much. In one day, it can move $12. This could easily move $20 by then. But they would pay you $3,000 or it'd be $3,000 for committing to that.
And you're
Craziness.
Paying,
But if you sell it at 470 by the end of October, it could be a $510 stock, for example.
right. So I watched a video. You have to pay short-term capital gains on that, which is just like the money you would make on YouTube or Amazon or Amazon affiliates. Like,
Yeah.
same like because what I thought it was like some special thing, but from what I understand, short-term would just be like you made money on an hourly wage, same tax and everything. Like, it's just lumped in with the money you make otherwise. Versus long-term, which gets a special rate.
Or is it a capital gains?
What?
I was about to
Maybe-
ask that question.
I don't know if it's capital gains or what it is, but I'll let you know when my tax man rapes me later this year or next year.
Yeah, I was about to ask how this would work tax-wise for
That's
long-term
a weird
capital.
arrangement you got there, Greg.
It's
Does Tony know about this?
it's gonna be. We'll see what happens. We'll see. I mean, $57. I guess I'll walk away with $30, but we'll see.
I mean,
But I'm
going
going to keep doing this. The stock that I'm into, I can literally do this I can do it Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Right.
I mean, obviously, if you go short term like that, you're not going to be able to do as much. But if I did it for every Friday, that $57 could have been $200. But I'm taking on risk because it's a longer time and you don't know what's going to happen. I mean, it could be something as simple as President Trump saying something stupid and that stock could go collapsing.
Sure.
And if it drops below my money where I'm at, then I have to buy it. So right now isn't necessarily the best time. I'm thinking maybe waiting until January after all the dust is settled from the election.
Say, right now is not a good time to buy anything until after the election.
Yeah, because you don't know what.
It's a good time to buy Lego.
I mean, it's always a good time to buy Lego, right?
Yeah, that's not going anywhere.
I'll talk more about this as I get more experience in it. I certainly don't want anybody to go out and be like, hey, I'm going to put $50,000 in a Tesla right now because Greg said I can make $300, and then
I was just thinking actually,
you're homeless.
Ryan
You're homeless
recently, and he was saying that he doesn't want to do was it Lego investment advice in case someone goes out and loses their life savings because of him, and here's Greg just going on our stocks and shares.
I mean, honestly, the best thing you can do when it comes to the stock market is buy things that you believe in. Like Ryan should get Coca-Cola stock because he's keeping them in business, and just let it sit there forever and just keep making money on it. Because over time it's going to go up. I prefer to invest in things that pay dividends because that's real nice. Just getting a couple bucks every 3 months dumped into your account just for owning it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a good asset.
Yeah. I'm just kind of into it. I've been trying to I'm just playing around with it. And I have fun now. Now, when you have skin in the game, like Ryan, you know how you like watching sports quite a bit. It's fun. Like if you are a player on the field or you know someone or you really love the team, like you love the Patriots. It's cool when you have a little bit of money in the stock market and you're like, oh, did my stock go up by $4 or down or
plus
whatever.
You have to really pay attention to what's going on around it.
Yeah.
So you start paying attention to politics, policies, people, other things that might pop up that might destroy or help the company. That type of stuff.
I can't believe in the last few days how much everything's gone up.
Yeah.
It's not really something I want to see though, because I want it when the stocks are going up like crazy, my money that I can make from betting that they're going to go down goes down, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because they're not paying as much because everything's going up. So when there's a little bit of fear out there, that's when I like putting those bets in. I did one other one that was a little bit longer term one, and I made $61 off that. That was about 2 weeks ago. So hey, $100 this month just betting on the stock market. So Lego. I should do a Greg's it's I guess not shady. It'd be like my ignorant stock market advice is what it would be.
I mean, the worst thing that can happen is that you just lose money.
worst thing that happens is the stock market crashes, I guess, or I have to buy all these stocks at way more than what they actually go for. But if you sit on things long enough, everything kind of comes back around.
Hopefully.
Yeah, in an ideal world.
Yeah.
But yeah, now's a scary time, and at least in the U.S. for such things.
All it takes is one stupid phrase.
I should start looking and seeing what's the election day, November 3rd.
4th?
Is it 4th? I should look and see what it would be to get options for like November 5th. I bet they're through the roof because everything's so up in the air.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I just can't wait till it's over.
To make bank or lose your entire Lego collection.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, we're talking about all the mailers. It's insane. Like every day, just getting pummeled with these things. Yep. I mean, I don't mind because it's keeping you in business, but it's like,
dude, it works. People wouldn't be using it if it didn't work.
That's a fact.
So I think like, oh wait, I can't disclose this out in public. Never mind. Now I was gonna give you numbers right now on how much money the post office made just on advertisements since COVID. But
let's just say it's probably a lot.
It's a lot.
Wait, they sell advertisements like the things you get in the mail?
Yeah, that's how we make a lot of our money is through marketing.
Mm-hmm. Wait, that's money's going to the post office?
Some of it, yeah. I mean, how did they pay the work?
I mean, I understand they're paying for the delivery of it, but not necessarily for the advertising.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah. Though I mean, we deliver. They make that stuff all up on their own, and they give it to us for us to deliver. That's it. Like those little cards. That's on them. We do have like a kind of like a newspaper thing. It's called Advo. You got them every Tuesday for most of us in this country. That's different. So yeah, you're paying us to advertise for you. Like in our little kind of advertising newspapers. But either way, all marketing, it all goes to the post office. I mean, nothing goes to the federal government. The post office is self-sufficient, money-wise. No, and the only reason why we're going broke is because of the laws that were put in place where we're not allowed to innovate, we're not allowed to increase our stamps, we're not allowed to change at all. So that's what's hurting us. And we have to pre-fund our pension and health benefits 50 years in advance for people that don't exist in the post office yet, which is really
Cody was telling me about that. She was talking about how the post office is under attack, and that was the main thing that's really screwing them over, is the fact that this pre-funding of pensions or something is happening.
Yeah, I mean, it's like no government agency has to prepay for pension benefits for way more than 50 years. I mean, 50 years, there's people that's not even joined the post office yet, and we're already pre-funding their pensions.
Right. It's because they want to privatize the post office, right?
That's the thing. They want to privatize the post office. And the thing is, like, this is the oldest government agency that's been around since the creation of the Constitution. Like, you guys really need to like destroy it for that to happen, which I don't know if that's going to happen or not.
I wonder what it would be like if UPS or FedEx or whoever was in charge of delivering all your mail and what that would actually cost. I bet it would be significantly more than 45 cents.
Yeah, it would. The pricing would go through the roof, and it wouldn't be affordable. The thing is, like you know, we made a promise.
Capitalism, Shy. Capitalism, man.
No, capitalism.
Come on now.
Yeah, right.
You don't want to be a socialist, do you? This is a socialist.
Technically socialism, technically.
But I like how it's an insult. Whereas, like, if socialism didn't exist in the United States, and we probably shouldn't even be on this topic, but it's like, what do you think would happen to all of the elderly? Where would they go? What would they do?
I mean, a lot of medications are delivered through the post office, and like we go everywhere. Like you could live 2 miles above the sea level, and we'll still deliver to you some way or somehow, even if it costs us money. That's just our promise to the American people,
right?
And that's also hurting us, and that's the reason why, you know, like, people who are in charge of this country believe that should be a no-go, which is kind of unfair, because it should be easy access and affordable for every single American. That's like the promise.
My hope is that you guys can somehow pull through this, because once something like this is gone, it's very hard to bring.
Like every change that we enacted to save money at the post office, because of the elections, we stopped. So like we don't want to screw this election up, like, at all, because there's been some negative publicity out there for it. So like we want to make sure that, like, it's been pretty bad. Like there's times where I've accidentally, like, these, you know, those thin mailers that you're getting for like all these props and whatever, they stick to each other. And sometimes when you're casing in the morning, you didn't know that you stuck these two addresses right next to each other. So I have this one piece of paper that technically should be going a block down the street. I would normally just wait till the next day to deliver it, but because of like how strict we are with delivering this specific mail that we know you're going to throw away, I will go back a block away to deliver it. Like that's how serious it is right now. Wow. And yeah, like it's pretty bad. It's wasting a lot of time.
Could you tell me who was responsible for coming up with that rule where you guys had to pre-fund your pensions?
Congress.
Okay.
I don't remember who exactly, but they taught us this like in our academy, I guess you would say, on how we were making a lot of money all of a sudden. And then when Congress said, hey, we want some of that money, let's destroy them.
What year was this? When did that happen?
It was like early 2000s.
Okay.
And then
this
like
happened
every
a while
year,
ago then. Yeah,
so every year we just started making less money and less money and less money. And then before you know it, we were like way like like starting to become in debt, and now we're in debt more. The problem is that they won't allow us to innovate. It's like, okay, we're losing money, let's figure out a way to innovate and make a change so we can make money, but the law in place won't allow us to do that.
And this is all an attempt most likely to
destroy the
make you guys look like you can't manage a business and then put you out of business.
Because when we were making money, we were one of the top companies in the entire world profitably, like profit-wise.
Yeah, I mean, you think about the infrastructure and everything you have. You wonder who paid for all this legislation to happen. Like, was it Jeff Bezos? Who's like, yeah, let's have Amazon deliver everyone's mail. We deliver everything else really well.
Sorry to interrupt, but I got head out, guys. Hope you have a good rest of the stream.
Take care, Craggle.
Later, man.
Easy.
See ya.
Yeah, so we don't know.
It's crazy.
I don't know. I mean, like if we were to privatize, like everybody in the post office get fired, but the carriers.
Why do you say that?
Because carrying is a skill that's really hard to learn, and like it takes time to master, like serious time. Like 40% make it through their first couple months. After that, they either quit, think it's too hard, or they get let go.
Okay.
Just because you see how, like, you know, just by me complaining, like how physically demanding it can be, and then like how it could, looking at a letter and knowing where you're going without using your GPS. I mean, that takes
Sure,
you know what I mean?
I couldn't do it. I
Yeah,
get it.
like if I were to give you a number and an address in the street, like would you know exactly where that is in this neighborhood?
No, I'm always impressed by that, like how they're able to get our mail so efficiently to us.
Yeah. And like
Yeah.
for me in my office, I know 10 different routes out of 20, and most carriers only know one. So it really like, unless you're like a T6, which is like someone who, those are like your technicians, which they cover routes. So they have like 5 routes they're in charge of. But like to know like carriers out there that's literally delivered to every single mailbox in a zip code is pretty crazy.
Yeah. It's pretty wild.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that
Food's here.
Oh, our food's here. All right, I'll be up in a minute. I'm gonna finish up this bag. It's one of those things you really take for granted, like that you get your mail every day,
Yeah.
and how that could potentially not be a thing.
Yeah.
Or you have to pay for like a subscription through a company to get your mail.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That
It's one of
would-
those like if it goes away, then it will be too late to bring it back.
Yeah.
Everybody would be upset.
It's kind of sad.
Yeah. But I don't think the post office will default. There's no way.
I think where they get you is international mail. Like I sent Craggle the Bespin Duel set and the Wonder Woman set, and to send those 2 sets with literally nothing else in a box that pretty much fit it perfectly, that was $39 or something like that to send that. And I was like, woo.
Sorry. Got to make our money somehow.
I guess maybe it's the international stuff.
Well, I mean, we're also not the ones sending it. We're paying another company like UPS or FedEx to send it over because we don't have planes, remember?
Right.
UPS doesn't use that. We trade off with DHL, FedEx, and UPS.
DHL seems to be pretty efficient. That's who delivers the Zavvi stuff, and that stuff comes so fast.
Yeah, that's actually pretty amazing. How quick you're getting your stuff.
Like the fastener network too, it is very good.
They go through DHL as well.
Yeah. I've only had one bad experience, and I'm mostly very impressed. So it gets here real fast.
Kel Jones, I do have that in the I need to buy that Ducati, but I haven't bought it yet.
Oh, that's on my list too. That's a good looking set.
It looks very accurate for being Technic to the actual vehicle.
Motorcycle?
The Ducati,
The red one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
one.
Okay.
It looks pretty good.
I think so too.
I think how much is it? Like $80?
60 or 70, I think. Yeah, something like that.
Fairly
If anybody's looking to buy something, tomorrow might be a good day to do it because it's double VIP and they're going to be doing the little Mindstorms promo as well.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm kind of like Ryan said, what we said yesterday with the Ospreys. Like I have like 3 giant Technic sets that I'm just too scared to open.
Oh,
The Lamborghini, the Bugatti, and the Osprey.
yikes.
It's just sitting there. One of these days.
Yeah,
All in due time. It's not like you don't have anything else going on, right, Chad?
Right? Yeah. I'm not doing anything with my
You're
life.
not busy.
Yeah.
Jarrett wants to know if I got the 501st yet. I haven't seen it in the wild yet.
Yeah.
It seems like I didn't check. The store should be starting to restock again now. Like they're getting a second wave. It's been a month and a half finally. Target stores are actually getting them again. So
Or you can just get it at
I saw Best Buy had them actually. I saw it online.
yeah, Best Buy and Kohl's have them online. As somebody told me earlier.
Yeah. So if you're gonna buy them, you should buy them there. If you really want it right now.
Yeah, who was telling me about all the Kohl's Cash and how beneficial that is? Was it Dave? He was like raking it in Kohl's Cash.
Kohl's
Yeah.
Cash.
They seem to really hook you up if you're a repeat customer there, or tempt you into becoming a repeat customer.
It's smart marketing.
Yeah.
Oh my! I've been trying to find this one plate for like the past 10 minutes.
Dude, I've been there.
It's-
It's especially worse when you're live streaming and you're looking for it and you're frantically trying to find it.
right.
I think I'm on my last.
We're looking at all
Awesome.
black pieces. I'm looking at all dark bluish gray.
Yeah. Okay. I got like the front of the Batmobile together here. Once I snap this in, it's starting
There
to
you
come
go.
together here on the front.
Yeah.
This is
At this
perfect
point,
timing.
it starts to become fun to build because you start to see the shape.
Yeah, you can actually tell like this may actually become a Batmobile, but you can kind of see it as it kind of goes back over those fenders there. It's a
Yeah.
nice looking set, dude. It's heavy. Holy moly.
Yeah,
it's
it's a
heavy.
pretty heavy build.
One thing I have, and I probably shouldn't have this. I have a sticker left here that I shouldn't have. It's some type of cluster inside. It's probably supposed to go somewhere. And now this little side thing's falling off. I've had some issues with these vents that are on the side, whatever they are.
Those came
Coming
off
off.
a lot.
Yeah, these things right here are coming off a little bit, but pretty cool. I'm now down with 15, so I have 16 through 24 left, I guess. And I plan to live stream this entire build, I believe. So lots more to come. We're gonna go have some dinner. I appreciate you guys coming in, Shy and Ryan, Craggle. God rest his soul.
You have really early dinner. Dinner before 5 is insane.
Dude, we had an early lunch, and she was like, "You want me to order?" I'm like, "Yeah, dude." So
What are you guys eating?
we did a DoorDash for 5 guys.
Oh, okay. Oh, that sounds good.
Oh, the hamburgers there are so amazing.
Yeah.
It's like the best in the game. So
You really
I'm gonna
need to
go
try
partake.
In and Out.
I will one of these days if I ever get out that way.
Yeah.
I'll give it a shot. But all right. Thank you guys all for watching. We'll be back with part 5 or whatever we're on of this thing here very soon. Maybe tomorrow even.
Shy, you streaming again tonight?
Probably.
Okay. I'll probably